Today we're going to talk about how you can change your mindset using a minimalist approach to life. Hello, my name's Rachel. I do videos all about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year, and today we're going to do another episode of Minimalist Living where we're talking about how it changes your mindset. So I wanted to delve a little bit into how it's impacted on me so that hopefully it will help you understand how it can benefit you as well. So I've just kind of written a list of all the things that it has impacted on over the last couple of years of becoming minimalist in my home and in my way of thinking, and these are the kind of main areas where it has altered my point of view on different things. I think the first crucial point that it has made a big difference is how I see a value on a product or an item that I buy or bring into my home. Whereas before, I wouldn't really care what I was spending or how I was spending or what the product was. I wasn't really considering it. And I ended up having lots of things that were not really serving a purpose. They were not good quality and I valued them at a much higher price than actually they were worth. And as I started decluttering all my things, my mindset shifted towards why am I buying these things in the first place? And actually, what is the value to me when I'm purchasing something? So as I started decluttering, I then completely reassessed the things that I was bringing into my home. So every time I made a purchase, I would think about its value and whether or not its monetary value matched up to how I was going to use the product. So it really made me think about whether or not it was worth purchasing, whether or not it was going to add value to my life purposefully and meaningfully. Was it going to really enrich my life or make it easier to live? So there were lots of these value aspects that I was then applying to products that weren't just necessarily a financial value, it would be the purposeful value of the product. So I viewed value in a very different way. The second way it changed my mindset is about how I let go of things and how I let go of worries. Whereas before I used to be really kind of tight about things and I'd work myself up about worries. I would overthink things a lot. I had a lot of anxiety about situations, about things, about finances, and by letting go of things, it helped me to let go of some of the preconceived ideas I had in my head about certain situations where I'd think a little bit less about them. I kind of ignore it for a bit and just come back to it and then reassess my feelings. It just made me think a little bit more about pausing before making a decision about things as well. So being able to let go of things meant that I could let go of non-physical things. So letting go of physical items helped me to assess my attachment to the item. It helped me assess kind of my emotions with it. And as I did that, I felt like I gained better control of my emotions generally, my mindset generally, and it just meant that I could be more level-headed about other kind of decisions or lifestyle choices. So it meant that I was less worrisome about things. I just became a little bit more carefree. I'm not by any means a complete carefree person. I still worry about things, but nowhere near to the degree that I used to. So I feel like I think a little bit more clearly about decisions and can assess them a bit more carefully so that I'm a bit more rational with my decisions, which is something that I've always struggled with. So to be able to be rational with my decisions is really kind of important to me. The third thing is I managed to let go of friendships and relationships that weren't serving me. Whereas before I was very much a people pleaser, I still am to a degree. It does feel easier to keep the peace, but I don't care quite so much if a friendship doesn't last if it wasn't serving me in the first place. So I've been quite happy to let go of certain friendships over time. Not everybody is like that in my life. Like, I've not let go of everybody purposefully, but I've been okay with friendships ending or choosing to end a friendship kind of because it just doesn't serve me or it is not enriching my life in the right way. If it's not a two-way conversation, it's not a two-way friendship, then I feel like it's kind of not going to serve either of us in the long term. I think with that it's helped me to understand my worth and know whether or not I deserve to spend my time on that. I value myself more, so I know that it's worth investing my time in the people that matter, and I think I've reassessed things a lot more clearly now. The fourth thing is that I have learnt to say no to things. I very much am a yes person, but with that people pleaser kind of personality trait. But I do know how to say no to events or situations that I don't feel comfortable with, and that is okay. And it's okay to say no. And for me to feel like it's okay to say no was also a big barrier. It's nice to know that I have got through that and know that I am okay with saying no to things that don't serve me or the people around me. And it means that I am then prioritising the things that are then more important. So I say no to things that do not add value, whereas I will say yes to things that are meaningful to me with the right people and making me feel the right way. Number 5 is that I exercise in my own way. I don't feel that pressure that I would need to go to the gym or need my body to look in a certain way. I exercise because I know it's good for my mental health and I know it's good for my body, and I do it in the way that suits me. So I'm quite happy to do walking and lots of walking as much as I can manage with chronic fatigue, and I do a small amount of badminton at the minute, and that's okay. I also do yoga stretches because that's helping to increase my fitness levels so that I can build on that and do more. I have to build in my stretches first before I can add more exercise to my schedule and my routine. Number 6 is that I avoid multitasking. There's the odd time where you'll catch me multitasking, that's kind of more my browser tabs on my computer, but generally I don't multitask. I try and focus in a little bit more on one task now, whereas before I would try and do lots of different things in one go. I think that's to do with the anxiety and the pressure, maybe how my mind works, but I noticed that if I focus in more and try and do that more regularly, I get a better outcome, and the multitasking wasn't allowing me to do things well in the best that I can. Focusing in just helped me to do that. Number 7 is that I have become more present in the moment. I will kind of engage more in conversations and think more about them rather than kind of being tempted to go to drift off or to not make the most out of a situation. I try and appreciate my surroundings. So when we've gone on holiday, I've really taken the time to sit and look and be still and be calm, which is something that I've never really been able to do. And that's something that I'm trying to focus in a little bit more of, is being that present feeling, and the travel has helped me to feel more present because I'm kind of forced to be in the moment, because if you're not in the moment you don't appreciate the things that are around you when it's a new environment. So that's helping me to focus in on that. And the 8th thing that I'm doing is advocating for my self-care, whereas before I wouldn't really focus any time on that. I know that if I'm not feeling 100%, then I will do a bubble bath, I will have a nice cup of tea, I will read a book that is informative, or I will watch kind of a program that I love so that I kind of feel relaxed, and I know that I can tune into that by doing my certain things that make me feel good. So I try and make sure that I do something regularly on a daily basis. I try and make sure I do something daily that is for me, and I will make sure I dedicate a bit more time once a week that is purely for self-care and self-indulgence. So as you can see, minimalism has had a big impact on my mindset, and it's changed a lot of things for the better and helped me to focus in and appreciate things a little bit more. And hopefully as you start decluttering and becoming more minimalistic in your approach, you might feel some of these benefits too. Don't forget, I do more videos about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year, so don't forget to subscribe down below if you want to see more videos like this, and let me know in the comments if you have had an impact when you have been decluttering too. And I shall see you soon for more videos. Take care. Bye.